Women I know have told me things that left me wondering if we're even living in the same country. One said to me that when she's walking alone, she has her keys protruding through her fingers in a fist in case she's attacked. Another woman shared that she would cross the road every time if it was just her and a man on the one side of the road. Another one said that she's bought mace from WA to keep in her handbag. Lots of women have told me that their car's always locked when they're driving around. A couple said that they don't even unlock the car doors until they're right inside the garage and the doors are fully down behind them. Another one told me that if she orders food for a delivery, she's always using a man's name for the order, never her own. Now, as a husband and as a father of girls, I find that disturbing. How can my experience of Australian culture be so different to that of my daughters and my wife? It bothers me, and I just don't think it's right. Watching all the protests about domestic violence around our country, I wondered what we men were doing to help change the narrative out there, to change the numbers we hear reported by authorities in terms of domestic and family violence. Now, protesting raises awareness, but it doesn't necessarily change anything. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. Now, I totally get that DV has myriad underlying causes and that it can and does impact anyone. Men, children, the elderly, and that some sectors are disproportionately represented, such as the Indigenous and LGBTQI+ communities. But overwhelmingly, the impact is greatest for women, and overwhelmingly it's violence committed by men. So I came up with the idea for a first Real Men rally with 3 drivers. First, to further activate men as part of the solution. Secondly was education. I believe that the biggest problem we have in our world is ignorance, and that education is its only cure. When people become aware that they're part of the problem, and providing we offer ways to support change, a creative cycle can begin, and people can actually learn to behave differently. It becomes a choice. Thirdly, to change the narrative. And we must be impeccable with our language. Sweeping generalisations can create beliefs that are simply wrong. I too often hear all the cyclists, all the young people, all Muslims, all Christians, all the old people, all men. It's critical that we describe what's happening accurately so that we don't end up with mindsets or opinions that are skewed from reality. We need to be informed by accurate data, and where we find ignorance, we need to educate. Where we find error, we're challenged to change. Essentially, so we all become better human beings. Anyway, I called out to our mayor, Peter Flannery, with this idea, and he was immediately on board for our City of Moreton Bay. Then my key helper became Karen Earle at Webstar, my daughter Josie, and then terrific people at the Premier's DV Council, and plus loads of others, too numerous to call out. So this is the first Real Men rally. It was powerful. It was hopeful. And the feedback has been extraordinary from men and women of all ages. We hope this adds to the energy for change across the nation.